Good morning. Happy Monday. Welcome to the Madness Hobby Evolution, episode 840. Now that's some really good coffee. Today, I think it's just Dunkin' coffee, but I was out of the previous creamer, did not enjoy my last creamer. I'm very stubborn, 840 episodes in, you know that. I'm very stubborn when it comes to coffee creamer. I will experiment, and when I mean experiment, I'll just buy a flavor that sounds good, and if I don't like it, I suck it up and use the whole frickin' quart or pint or whatever it comes in. Like back in September, October, bought a bottle of pumpkin spice. Didn't like it. Sucked it up and used it all. It's like, God, I can't wait till I get new creamer. I'm cheap also. It's like, I'm not going to let this $4 bottle of coffee creamer go to waste. So the last bottle, again, I just need to stick to the basics. French vanilla, Irish cream, hazelnut, amaretto. That's it. I don't need to get fancy with my coffee cream. This is hazelnut. It's delicious. But what happens is I'll go through a bottle of hazelnut. Yeah, it's good, but it's like, but I want something better. Ooh, this looks good. And it's not. But guess what's always good? Hazelnut, French vanilla, Irish cream. Never disappoints. So I'm on hazelnut, so I'm happy. Good coffee. Good coffee this morning. Terry, what's happening? Good morning to you. Jenny's in the house. What's up, Jenny? MKB Man has a question for Jenny. Do you sell current cards 2022, 2023? If so, what's the best way to purchase them and still make a profit when you sell? So let's read Jenny's answer. I'll give my opinion. You didn't ask for it, but you're going to get it. Jenny says, I don't have much of 2022, 23. What I do have, I bought from PAX, so not a whole lot of profit there, more just recouping costs. I would suggest checking local card shows for bulk from guys like the hits only. I don't have to give my opinion because I share the exact opinion that Jenny does. Now, I do buy some current products. I bought a few boxes of Top Series 1 at release. That's the important part. If you want to make a profit, you have to have it like on release day. I always promote blowout cards because they will get it to you. If you pre-order, it'll be on your doorstep, most likely 9 times out of 10 on release day. Others, and I think Steel City and Dave and Adams, don't quote me, but when I've purchased in the past on pre-order, they ship it on release day. So it's like a 2-day lag. By the time that 2 days is up and you get it on your doorstep, that window of opportunity is starting to close on making a profit, and depending on how much of a profit you make. It also depends what are you after. It can be tricky profiting off modern new releases. The key is getting it in volume. Of course, you have to find it at a good price. If you're paying retail for it, it's going to be tough. But also if it's like say Heritage Miners. I love Heritage Miners. And I can make easy money, easy profit on one case of Heritage Miners. Like quickly recoup my money. But it's not as quickly on 2 cases and on 3 cases. And it's kind of the opposite. But if you buy volume, say Bowman, you're going to pay a lot of money, but you're going to have a bigger opportunity to get a bigger hit. Now in Heritage Miners and some of those lower dollar products, you don't have a potential $1,000 card, $2,000 card in those products. Your big hit's going to be $100 to $200. And so, but I like those products because it fits the lane that I'm in terms of what I sell. Bulk, cheap bulk. Heritage Miners, boom. Open 3 cases, you get 30 cards or 35 singles. Jordan Walker, 35 singles, $150. Somebody says, I want all 35 for $1 each. Boom, easy sale, 35 bucks. And of course, I always look at the price breakdown, what I'm paying per card. And that's just easy. Take what your all-in price is on a box or a case, and then divide that by the number of cards. If it's a hit product, you can see what, and I like comparing prices on, especially when it comes to like Bowman, where there's autos. How much am I paying per auto? If I buy a hobby box, my all, it might be $300 for a hobby box, $400 for a hobby box. And that's what you're paying for one auto, and it might be a $10 autograph. But if you buy a jumbo box, you might pay $600, but you're getting 3 autographs, so your price is $200 instead of $300 per autograph. And what's your breakdown per card? So that's how I approach it. David, what's happening? Good morning to you. But essentially, long story short, Jenny's answer is exactly how I would answer it. Check out a local card show, find, case breakers, bargain boxes that have, a ton of stuff. Victor, what's up? Good morning. MKB man says, I was going to ask Bo the same question. Jenny says, I did, what did Jenny say? I did see a medium flat rate box on eBay last night in an auction of 2023 Topps base no rookies. Speaking of, in what I've probably had the most success, probably now that I'm at card shows, a few times a month. But before I did card shows, blowout forums, go to the buy sell trade page. Let's just check it out right now. I want to keep that screen up. That's our, we're going to talk March Madness. It's Monday Madness on Hobby Evolution. Go to blowoutforums.com and go to the baseball buy sell trade. Now this is for baseball. I don't look in football or basketball, so I can't speak to those. But sometimes, and you can actually like search for, flat rate boxes, and there's a lot of times. Here's this is like a small flat rate box. But sometimes like in the off season, I'll be able to get Bowman flat rate boxes like Bowman Draft and stuff like that for real cheap. A lot of people buying right now, it seems. Let's see. And I haven't been on the forums on this particular thread. For sale, medium flat rate boxes on page 2, 35 delivered. Here you go. Who asked that? MKB man. Go to blowoutforums.com. Actually, here's the thread. I'm going to type it in. Medium flat rate boxes. I don't know. I haven't scrolled to the bottom. They may be sold already. But this guy posted yesterday afternoon. $35 delivered each. 8 medium flat rates filled to the top. So assume there's 2,000 cards to 2,500 cards in a medium flat rate box for $35. Now, what's your price breakdown on that? Get it before I do. Let's see. 35 divided by, let's just say 2,000 on the low end. You're paying just under 2 cents a card. You're paying about a penny and a half per card. Let's read the fine print. There should be nothing but vet base. So you're not going to get, he even said no rookies, inserts, etc. So these are like commons. All modern tops, mostly from 2023 flagship, some heritage, Allen and Ginter, Gypsy Queen, etc. The general makeup of each box below. So here you go. Box 2, mostly 2022 flagship, 2021 heritage, 2021 tops flagship, 2022 heritage. So that's in one box. Another box is 2022 tops. And then there's also heritage, Gypsy Queen, and 2021 tops. He's got some archives, heritage in another box, Stadium Club in one box. So there you go. Looks like box 1 sold, but there's still 7 boxes available. So the link, I've never dealt. He's got 169 reviews on Blowout Forums, 100%. So he's a legit dude. I don't know him, but based on his feedback, he's legit. So Blowout Forums, there you go. That's a great place to buy bulk, especially if you're looking at like flat rate boxes. I've had a lot of success over the past 5-6 years buying flat rate boxes. The fun part of buying, especially, usually when I'm looking for bulk like that on the Blowout Forums, I'm looking for Bowman. Back in, when did Aaron Judge debut? He made his like initial debut before he broke out. I think it must have been 2016, 2015 or 2016. But I had bought, so the Bowman bulk that I had bought was like 2013, 2014. And there was a ton of Aaron Judge, like early Bowman cards and chrome. I think there were even some refractors. And I paid like $30 for a flat rate box. And I think I bought a couple of them. And I had sold some of those Aaron Judges before, like when he made his debut, before the season, he just went off and his prices went crazy, which I say, and this is my opinion, the hobby jump can be attributed to Aaron Judge. I think it was 2017. Because once Aaron Judge mania hit in the summer of 2017, that's when Bowman prices, 2017, I was paying like $60 a box. And that was just over wholesale from a friend of mine. My case of Bowman in 2017 was under $800. Now you get like 2 boxes for that, not 12. And 2018 Bowman boxes, went up and they just kept going up. So I attribute the start of the hobby boom to Aaron Judge. 2017, Shohei Ohtani, made it even. And then, of course, the pandemic made it go parabolic for a time. And now we're starting to see, I'm going to use air quotes, normalcy, because there's no such thing as normal, but it's kind of back to the way it used to be, which is good and bad. Jenny says, I did see a medium flat rate box on eBay last night, 2023 Topps base, no rookies for $20 plus 17 shipping. So that kind of lines in. So that gives you a good market of what you should pay for 2,000 to 3,000 cards. You're looking at $35-$40 because the guy on Blowout Forums, he's at $35 shipped for a medium flat rate box. eBay, $37 shipped. Jenny says, I would think that's a good deal, but I didn't need it. And that's kind of where I'm at. Like this, if I needed inventory, so if I was low on inventory, especially within the last couple of years, I would buy all of these flat rate boxes from the Blowout Forums. That's a great price. I have plenty of inventory, so I am not in, like Jenny says, I don't, quote, need it. Hall of Fame card collector, what's up? Good morning to you. Todd Richardson, what's happening? Good morning. Enjoying the too many card Twitter posts. I didn't plan on it going the way it did, but like I mentioned yesterday, like half of the people that saw the tweet were like, that's not that many cards. And it's like, that's not the point. The point is then they're in the bathroom. By the way, they're no longer in the bathroom. It was only temporary. People are like, oh, that sounds like divorce. No, it was my wife's idea. It's my wife's idea temporarily. So they're no longer in the bathroom. The shelving unit has been torn down. The cards have found a proper place, not in a bathroom. So then I'm like, okay, let's do another one. Let's do the closet. The infamous card closet. That's just, feels like my wife's been staging this weekend. We have photos for the house for sale this week. Our house goes on the market this week. Photographer comes today to take photos for the listing. And so the notorious MIL, my mother-in-law, came over to spot check my wife's work. Is it okay? Does it look okay? Does the staging look okay? I've got a thought on staging, okay? My wife spends all this time staging. Like, you stage it to look like not a house. Like, isn't like my sales background, and I don't have any background in real estate, just sponging it in from my wife. and my in-laws. But we stage homes to look like a home we would never live in. Like, I am like walking on eggshells. And my wife even says, don't touch this, don't touch that, don't touch this. It's like, Jesus H, can I like live? So my wife has so much stuff. Like, she thinks I have so much stuff. You should see her closet. I don't use our master closet because it's filled with her stuff. So I have my own bathroom upstairs, and one of our spare bedrooms is basically my closet. That's where I'll also get ready in the morning. So it's staged. So she's like, do not touch the bed. And I'm like, and I say, like, why would I touch the bed? I'm not sleeping in it. She's like, well, don't sit on it. Don't lay on it. I'm like, why would I do that? And then as I'm getting ready this morning, I'm realizing I do sit on the bed. It's how I put my socks on in the morning. So I like go to sit. I'm like, oh crap. I was given strict instructions not to sit on the bed. How in the hell am I going to get my socks on? I'm 40. I can't put my socks on standing up anymore. That's what 20-year-olds can do. I managed to do it without breaking my hip. We stage our homes like nobody lives in them. White towels in the bathroom. Do not touch those towels. Jesus. Can I touch my towel? Our kitchen. The kitchen is staged. There's an Ina Garten cookbook on like display. There's a thing of fake lemons that look all nice and fresh. There's a tray of Pellegrino sparkling water. It's like, who lives in a kitchen like this? What aren't you supposed to, like, as a salesperson, like you are supposed to like when you look at commercials, you're marketing commercials to like affect people. Like, yes, like I would buy that product because it like gives you that like the smell of coffee in the morning. Why has the Folgers commercial at Christmas time lasted for 40 years? Because it hits, and it's Christmas, the holidays, your son is home, the smell of coffee. Oh, it smells so good. It's recognizable. Staging a damn house, like nobody lives like this. We touch towels, we sit on beds, and we don't have cookbooks on the counter on display with fake lemons. Like, why don't we put a tray of like 3-day-old overripe bananas? You know, the bananas that they're starting to get brown, and you're like, I don't want to eat it today, but you don't throw it away. Like, I do that. Like, a banana's getting brown, and today I'm like, you know what? It's a little too brown. Maybe I'll eat it tomorrow. No! It's gonna be more brown tomorrow. Why do I think that? I don't know, but I do. I think for some reason it's not going to be as brown as it was today, yet it's going to be more brown. So why don't we put the overripe bananas? Like, if I moved into this house, I'm not going to have lemons on the counter, but I'm going to have overripe bananas. Hey, just like that. Why don't we just put cookbooks in the drawer where they're always? I don't even know where our Ina Garten cookbook is, in some drawer. Why don't we stage homes like we actually live in them, as opposed to like all these fancy, like nobody lives like this. You can't live in a home that you can't sit on things or touch towels. But I get it. Looks fancy. Looks nice. By the way, my rec room is staged, but it actually looks normal. There's no such thing as normal, but it looks as normal as it can get. Like, there's still bobbleheads. There's memorabilia. There's just not piles of baseball cards everywhere. So it's just a little more simplified. So photos are today. Showings are in the weekend, and thank God I'm getting out of town because I don't know if I could live in a staged home with showings. So I'm getting out of town Friday. I'm going to meet up with Kyle down in Freeport at the card shop, and then back to Anawan. My mom's excited. She does like a ladies' night at the local tavern. So we'll go to the local tavern, have some bush lights, and probably after the bush lights, we'll order some Casey's pizza. Yes. Bean, what's up, Ken? I'm confused. You're here, but it said you were scheduled for 11:35. Damn technology. I didn't touch it. I didn't touch. Kind of like the bed. Didn't touch it. My wife's gonna get up. I didn't sit on the bed. I didn't touch the towels. I'm just gonna stay in this room for the next week so I don't mess anything up. Boston Smoke, what's up? Jorthax, what's up? Wow, YouTube highlighted the stream on time today. Excellent. Good morning, Flipping Sports Guy in the house. Jenny says, hey, Ken, definitely been missing your mail day videos lately. Ed is here. What's up, Ed? Where are we at? Oh, there's my link. Let's see. MKB man, you are welcome. Kyle says, good morning. What's up, Kyle? We watched the Iowa ladies last night. Caitlin Clark, I saw her line. 40 points, triple-double. Ed says, very happy to have that cesspool known as the Alabama basketball program eliminated by San Diego State. We're going to talk a little madness this morning. I went ahead and I did some projections for the Hobby Evolution Bracket Challenge. Who's in, who's out? Most of you are out. Some of you are in. So on the line, a hobby box of 2023 Topps Series 1. Let's see. Christian is here. What's up? Mark Marinello, what is up? Starting to feel like spring in New Jersey. We still got like freaking, I thought the snow would melt. It's been like touching 40 the last couple days after we got a foot of snow. I really don't know how much snow. I mean, I know we got a foot. The funny thing is, like Middleton, which is basically across the street from where I'm at, is it said wherever they were, whoever turns in the snowfall totals to the Weather Channel or to the TV stations, Middleton got 14 inches. But then there were like other areas within like a 15-minute drive. They got like 8 inches. We got about a foot here. Got about a foot. Let's see. And so it has not melted and it does not feel like spring. It's March 27th. There's still a bunch of snow on the ground and it pisses me off. Where is spring? And looking at the forecast, I don't even know when spring is going to hit us. It's 24 degrees right now. March came in like a lion and it's leaving like a lion. It's going to be in the 40s for the next god dang freaking 2 weeks. Jesus H. 44 degrees today, 45. 35 is the high on Wednesday. And then it's going to be 60 on Friday, but then we're going to be at 42 on Saturday, 53 on Sunday, 49, 40, 42. Come on. So at least I'm getting out of town. I'm going south a little bit. Friday, 69. That's a nice temperature. But then it's only going to be 48 on Saturday. But then it's going to be 67 on Sunday in Anawan. But it's better than frickin' 40 up here. That's the difference between Wisconsin and Illinois. People say, oh, there's so much more snow. No, it's the same amount of snow. The temperature is not. We had 30 below zero days in Illinois. The difference is when it's starting to touch 70 in Illinois, it's still effing 40 up here. And that, my friends, sucks. Why don't I move? Well, I am. I'm moving further north, 2 miles north. Hall of Fame card collector on DealerNet. Do you get product at factory cost or retail? It's both. It's it's not factory, but it's not retail either. It's kind of in the middle. It's around what a wholesale price would be. Let's see if I can log in. Oh crap. Let's see. Oh, I think it did save my stuff. So usually you can't like pre-order on DealerNet. So 2023, let's see, 2023 Tops. You can get Tops hobby boxes on DealerNet for about, well, this is an interesting, there's a harassment note. Let's see. It doesn't even have, does it have? No. So it looks like boxes are around $85, $85 for a hobby box of Top Series 1. What's it on Blowout? Blowout's typically the cheapest. 2023 Tops. But I mean, it's really, to be honest with you, it's usually it's only a few bucks cheaper on DealerNet. Some products are significantly cheaper. So a hobby box is, it's 90 on Blowout. It's 85 on DealerNet. So, I mean, every penny counts, but it's not like you're saving a ton of money. For some reason, it doesn't have factory cost on. Usually, it has factory cost. But I've been monitoring a lot of prices for some of last year's product that I like Heritage Miners, Topps Pro Debut. So Topps Pro Debut jumbo boxes from last year. Where's it at? Heritage Minor League hobby box down to $41.50. They dropped. I think they were down as low as $35 on DealerNet. Pro Debut jumbo's $84. That's a great price. So Heritage Miners, and I think there should be a factory price on this. Factory price on Heritage Minor League, maybe it didn't dip as low as 35 because factory price was 37. So, and by the way, I know we say, well, Bowman used to be a really low factory price. Oh, there is factory. So a Bowman 2022 Bowman hobby box factory price was $133, $134. And retail, you can get it for about $210. So that's not terrible markup. Now, if it was a factory price of $133 and the retail was $400, then it's okay. There's not much difference. So DealerNet, it's I've made a couple purchases through DealerNet, and it's basically the savings. It's worth my subscription. So I think I pay like $30 a month. So over the course of the year, I probably made, it was well worth the, what's 12 times 30, $360. Yeah, that's probably about what I saved on the couple purchases I made. Denny's in the house. What's up, Denny? Great advice. I use similar analysis when purchasing wax. Bowman Chrome U has paid for itself for me lately. I'm thinking about going to Walmart and picking up some Bowman Chrome U blaster boxes. We're getting close to the draft. I'm not as bullish on Bowman Chrome, even though they have college uniforms. But I also haven't been paying close attention to the market. I've been, I've got a lot of other stuff. I've bought a lot of bulk lately. So I haven't been buying wax. I was super bullish, obviously. You saw my Bowman U-Ball last year. I'm still bullish, but I'm not as bullish as I was. But I do think there's going to be a rise in both last year's product singles and this year's with the draft coming up. So I want to have some stuff. I don't even think I've listed any of my Bowman Chrome U. I bought a hobby box from one of my Madison Card Show sponsors, AJ Collectibles. Bought a Bowman Chrome U hobby box from them. And haven't listed. I took some of the singles out with me to spring training, thinking, when I'm back at the hotel, I'm going to list cards on eBay. And I listed like 10, but I did not get to any of the Bowman U. Let's see. T206 Kid says, love bargain bins. Got a 2002 Jeff Bagwell Finest X-Fractor of 99 for under $1. Already sold it for $25 on eBay. I love those. And you can find a lot of stuff like that. One of the bargain boxes I like going to at the National and the Sports Spectacular has like a dollar box of like old 90s serial numbered cards. And a lot of them are junk and no-name players. But I found like there was like a nice little vein of like Alex Gordon. And there was like a green X-Fractor and like numbered out of 99 or whatever it was. And sold it for like $10. And there was something else that sold for like $10. And it was like dollars adding up to tens of dollars. Harlan in the house. What's up, Harlan? Good morning. I officially won my big dollar pool last night when Texas lost. $300 isn't too bad for a sheet that had its champion go out in the first round. That's impressive. That's impressive. Flipping Sports Guy says, nice. I wish I did a money one this year, but Slack only did bows. Flipping Sports Guy, there's a potential that he could come up and win the pool, the Hobby Evolution Challenge. Let's take a look. So the current standings in the Hobby Evolution, we're playing for a hobby box of Top Series 1. Let's see. So currently the standings are Daniel Langley is in first place, 70 points. Daniel Snodgrass fell with that Texas loss. He had the Longhorns winning it all, and he is now in second place with 69 points. Scott Thompson in third place with 63 points. Corey Miller in fourth place with 62 points. Ed Green and Mickey Katz tied in fifth with 61 points each. Now, the commonality between all of those participants, none of them can score any more points. None of them have any of the Final Four teams still alive. And then we have a pile up in seventh place. Flipping Sports Guy has a chance to earn more points. Zach Erickson has a chance to earn more points. And then we've got Cody, Herman, Tom. And they all have 60 points. So let's break down the scenarios. Hobby Evolution Bracket Challenge. So if San Diego State where are we at? So if San Diego State loses and UConn loses in the Final Four, then that's going to be your standings as they are now. Daniel Langley will win if San Diego State loses and UConn loses. Now, what if they both win? What if San Diego State wins and UConn wins? Now, this is not extrapolated out through the national championship game. This is only taking into consideration the next round of games. So, because I didn't want to break down all of these different scenarios with different teams winning. But if San Diego State wins the next game and UConn wins the next game, they're on opposite sides of the bracket, we will have a tie going into the national championship game between Flipping Sports Guy and Zach Erickson. Cameron Hicks would be in third place with 75 points, followed by Zach Worth with 73, Arthur Kinney with 71, and Daniel Langley with 70 points. So basically, if San Diego State wins and UConn wins, and then UConn wins the championship, Flipping Sports Guy would win the bracket. But if UConn would lose in the national championship game, it would be a tie between Zach and Flipping Sports Guy. We'll have to figure out a tiebreaker. I don't know if we have a tiebreaker scenario. Maybe it's a coin flip. So if San Diego State loses and UConn loses, we just went over that scenario. That scores stay as they are currently. If San Diego State wins this round, UConn loses this round, Zach Worth would win. He would have 73 points. Daniel Langley would be in second. Daniel Snodgrass would finish in third. If San Diego State loses and UConn wins, let me see if I have this right. Did I do the points right? I don't think I did the points right on that one. Where's Zach Erickson? Well, he did have UConn. So if San Diego State loses and UConn wins, it would be a tie between Flipping Sports Guy and Zach Erickson with 76 points each. If UConn would then go on to win, it would be Flipping Sports Guy because Zach Erickson had Kansas State winning it all. So Flipping Sports Guy is in a good situation, but we still have the potential for a few winners, and we have a potential for potential tie. So we'll have to figure out a tiebreaker. Let's see. Mark Marinello. I want to meet the person who had this Final Four. I wonder, were there any brackets that had this Final Four? I wonder if there's now that we have bots, we learned about bots a couple years ago in sports cards. There's got to be a bot that can. I know there's like a billion different scenarios, but there's got to be a bot that was built that could predict like every scenario. Maybe not. I don't know. Jenny says, as someone who was here in the hobby pre-2017 and through it till now, I agree that 2017 is what spiked baseball, from Aaron Judge. Flipping Sports Guy says, I've seen Bo's Twitter post. Is there such thing as low on inventory? The thing is, I just keep buying more. It's like I sell a truckload and then I go to Goodwill and buy another one. And then I go to a card show and buy a half a truckload. Let's see. Here's the thing. Like now that I'm looking at my buddy Kyle post, he's like, how are you going to move all that? I actually started thinking about that this morning. Now, not that I just started thinking about that, but I started thinking about logistically how I'm going to not physically move all of this, but where it's going to go, and how, because, a lot of the bulk, the movers we'll hire movers. They'll move a bulk of it. But I think the first step, because it's close to 1 million cards. So I'll move all my Cubs, and I'll have a specific area for my Cubs cards in the card room. Then, I will move. The last that will move will be my eBay store inventory, and then I'll just have to move like all the bulk that the movers. I'll just have to have assign like move this, and this, and then the last stuff will be my eBay store inventory, and I'll move that on my own because I don't want somebody else moving like my inventory. So I will move that on my own. So I think that's going to be how I break it down. Unfortunately, I don't have the time, don't have the time to get all of the same boxes and go. I mean, it just takes, just think of like going through like a 4-row box or just multiple 800 count boxes. They got all the time that it takes, and then multiply that by what you see behind me and what you don't see in that closet that's filled with over 1 million cards. So I think that's what I'm going to do. But I did buy from one of my dealers, Paul. I bought, we did a trade out. I'm like, hey, just give me, instead of giving me cash for your tables, give me $80 worth of 4-row boxes. So I got 24-row boxes. I'll use those because they're nice, bright white. I'll use those for my Cubs cards, especially the Cubs cards that are in like 800 count boxes. If they're already in a 4-row box, they'll stay in a 4-row box. But I've got, you think you can see some flat rate boxes up there. There's a lot of just like 400 count, 500 count, 800 count boxes. So I'll get those all moved over into 4 rows. Brian bought 2 5,000 count boxes at a show yesterday, about 2,500 Hall of Famers, 0.8 cents a card. I love it. Penny a card. Can't beat that. Cooter, good morning. There he is. Your card closet photos are triggering my card OCD. And just imagine, like, that's just like the front. That closet is, how deep is that? 12 feet? It is underneath stairs, so it's not piled 8 feet high. It just kind of goes back. And there's not, I think I do have a picture. I'll try to find the picture. I took a picture when I replaced, originally I had all of these. Well, you can't see them. I had these plastic like these. I had a bunch of these shelves in this room. And then when I moved to these heavy duty shelves, I still had everything in the closet, but this room was empty. And so you could see in, because it's unfinished, there's no wall there. You could see in all of the crap boxes. Jenny says, and most importantly, don't dump in the powder room during staging week. Yes, there's no dumping in the powder room. Red Light 34, what's up? Hit the like button. Thank you. I appreciate that. We're only at 31 viewers. That's like an all-time low at this time of day. People don't want to hear me talk about March Madness, I guess. Herman, good morning. What's up? Kyle says, leave overripe bananas next to the cookbook. Maybe a house shopper will bake you banana bread so they can test out the kitchen. I love it. Let's see. Flipping Sports Guy says, why? Because reality doesn't make sales. That's true. Mark Marinello says, staging brings me back. I worked for a stager when I got out of college. Her big thing was the fake fruit in a bowl and the glass spheres in a basket. Yes, we've got the fake fruit. Baseball card curmudgeon, what's up? Where are we at? So we're way behind in the chat. That's about his house walkthrough. I want to see this staging. David, what's up? Good morning. Ken says, maybe someday I'll make videos again. I'm enjoying collecting below the radar. Hey, sometimes we need a little break. MD Sports Cards, what's up? Good morning. If it makes you feel better, we got absolutely nothing up here that does not make me feel better. Appleton got hit hard too. Jenny says, as long as you're having fun, Ken, that's what matters. I do check out your Insta photos of mail days. I don't know how to do Instagram. I know how to post on Instagram, but that's about it. Jenny says, I assume your wife is from Madison, and so you wouldn't leave the area. Technically, she moved here when she was like 8. So, I mean, she basically grew up here. But yeah, we're not leaving. I mean, like her business, she's got a really good business. So we're definitely not leaving in working years. Michael, good morning. What's up? Paul Heath is here. What's happening? Good morning. Happy Monday, Steve. Red Light 34 says, is all Bowman good to list? I have a lot of comments. Veteran base, not good. Even like Mike Trout is slow to sell. Like I had like in one of the bulk purchases, there were like 50 cards of each from whatever year it was, 2020, 2019. I listed 50 Mike Trout Bowmans, $1.50 free shipping each. Now I've sold like 25 of them, but it's taken like a year to sell half of them. So veteran base, even like now, if throw a few Mike Trouts up there, absolutely, they will sell. But if it's just commons, I wouldn't waste my time with it unless you can do it quickly. Like if I had like a stack of Bowmans, I would just throw them in just because I can get, 100 listed in 10 minutes. But if you're taking any amount of time, I would not waste your time with veteran base. Let's see. Hall of Fame card collector. I'm curious, what is Prism Football on DealerNet? Ooh, let's check it out. Prism Football Marketplace. Football. Is it 2022? I don't even know where we're at in the year, because here's what Bowman U Football. We're at 2020, but I guess it's the 2022 year, but it's 2023. It says my connection's unstable. Hopefully you can all see me okay. So Prism Football, Panini Prism. I'm looking at 2022. Panini Prism NFL Hobby. So let's see. Looks like it's $640 for a box. Holy crap. Factory cost for Panini Prism Football. Talk about markup. $258 is factory for Prism Football for a hobby box. DealerNet, you can buy it for $640. And what is it on Blowout? You need Prism. 2022 Prism. Of course, there's so many. Football. Put that in. Bring up draft and all that. 2022 Prism Hobby Box, $690. So you're saving about $50 on a hobby box, which that's pretty significant. But factory cost, $258. Factory cost, $640 is what you can pay for it on DealerNet. Let me know if your connection it says my connection's unstable. I've got blue light. I should be good on my Wi-Fi. I've got a strong signal. What's going on with YouTube? I don't know. Card Hobbyist, what's happening? Good morning to you. Bowman pre-orders available on Topps later today. Yes. Nothing on the usual sources. Could this be the debut of the new distribution model? Yes, I believe it. I believe that's exactly what we are witnessing right now. So Topps.com. Now I'm going to have to probably pick out the motorcycles and the bridges. Let's see. I am human. Verified human. Okay. And we're in. I didn't have to pick out the bridges. So 2023 Bowman pre-order coming soon. Let's learn more. Today is the day. And they give us a countdown. It's not like we don't have to refresh every freaking minute. And it's a surprise. It is going live in 3 hours, 14 minutes, and 40 seconds. So that's what? 11 o'clock Central Time. I'm interested. Will I buy any? I'd probably buy the value, the blaster box. But I don't even know where a price point would be where I would be comfortable with buying hobby boxes, because A, it's got to be priced right. But B, Topps shipping sucks. They use FedEx, and FedEx sucks, and Topps is slow. And so you might get it 2 weeks after it releases, and that's just too late. So I'm hesitant to order off Topps.com. So we'll see. So this could, who knows? If it's the same as it always has been with Topps, this sucks because Topps shipping sucks. If we can get it on release day, good. But we'll see. I'm not going to take a stance on whether or not I like it or not, because it could be great, it could be okay, and it could suck. So I'm not going to take a stance on whether or not I think this is a good model. I think it's a great idea. I think it's a great idea. I think it's a genius idea. In fact, I think that's how I titled it Saturday. I think it's a genius idea, but we'll see how it's put into practice. On paper, it's genius, but when it's put into practice, it might not be. We shall see. Red light, my opinion, is that would depend if you want to upgrade your store from the 250 free listings. If you have the basic store with 1,000, yes, I'd list all Bowman. If only 250, I'd stick to stars. Card Hobbyist says, I had Texas winning it all, but the Hurricanes are my team, so go Canes. I don't even know who I want to, like, of the four, like, what a madness is the right word. I mean, we've got UConn, Florida Atlantic, Miami, and who am I missing? San Diego State. It's like, I don't even know who and it's like we, and I say we, generally, the general population as a whole, lumping us all into one, we love upsets. But then when it comes to the Final Four, we don't want upsets anymore. We want blue bloods in the Final Four. And you could say, no, I don't want Duke. I don't want Kentucky in the Final Four. But the TV ratings will tell you the real story. Because I guarantee you the TV ratings for this Final Four will stink. Because nobody wants to watch San Diego State, Florida Atlantic, UConn, and Miami. We want to see Duke, North Carolina, Kentucky, and Kansas. That's just what we want to see. Card Hobbyist says, I had Texas. We just talked about that. Ed, I was just wondering when the 2023 Bowman was coming out. Should be in April here, I think. Yeah, so pre-order today, and probably in the next couple of weeks will be the release date. Let's see. Herman says there's a built-in tie. Oh, there's a built-in. Oh, yeah. Duh. There's a built-in tiebreaker. So we don't have to worry about a tiebreaker. It's built in. You have the tiebreaker final score you could use. Herman is correct. You had to guess the final score tiebreaker. I thought we put in the final score. Yes. I'm 30 minutes behind. Let's see. You say you want an evolution. What's up, John? Good morning to you. By the way, John created a Hobby Evolution Facebook page. I think type in Hobby Evolution. You should find it. Flawed Thinker, what's up? Good morning to you. There is somebody that has 3 of the 4 left. Wow, that's impressive. Let's see. Flipping Sports Guy says it's why I never worry about the first weekend, except keep my Elite 8 intact. Give me bullets for the higher points. Absolutely. Because first round, I mean, so much. Because first, you get 1 point for first round. You get 2 points for second round. But then as you get further on, that's why I thought my strategy in years past, I tried to get cute and pick all these upsets. But guess what? If that doesn't happen and Kansas would make a run, so I went mainly all chalk this year, because usually that's how it happens. Every once in a while, some teams sneak in. So I went all chalk to try to get those later round points. Didn't happen. Let's see. Flipping Sports Guy said someone in the pool had Creighton, Kansas State, Texas, UConn. That was crazy to have a chance. Yeah, that was, I think, Daniel. I think Daniel Snodgrass had 4 Final Four teams left before this last round. Let's see. I'm pretty sure it was Daniel, who's he's in second place now. Yeah, his Final Four: Creighton, Kansas State, Texas, and Gonzaga was his Final Four, which he was damn close. That's impressive. That is impressive. Let's see. John says all in on the. Oh, I skipped too far ahead. John says all in on the Lady Hokies. Men's basketball is dead to me this year. Let's see. Cooter says the movers will probably make you pack small boxes into larger boxes to move. The small boxes, like they're not going to move a bunch of 800. So, and I've been through this before. Like I had to do this when I moved from the old house to this house. So basically, they'll move 4-row boxes. I don't have to move them into like larger boxes. So they'll just, and we've used this we know this company well. They've helped us move a lot. And they've helped us move like just random furniture that we buy from my wife's clients. So they're good. They're really good. TD Sports Cards, what's happening? So if you're in the Madison area and you need movers, let me know. I'll connect you with a great moving company. Christian, let's play Name That Player so I can move up the standings. Hey, that would be a fun tiebreaker. Name that player. Red Light 34, a lot of kids on spring break, so maybe that is why there is not a lot in here today. Could be. Has anyone seen the card hopper for the Fujitsu? I wonder if it's worth it. Yeah, really cool. In fact, I have so the person who created the prototype, his name's JP, Laskus Innovations. Is what it is, and he actually designed 2 things for the Fujitsu. I'm not using the hopper, but I use basically it's like an elevator. It elevates your scanner instead of using like a box to set it on, and then a catch bin instead of using like a cutout box. So the bin accommodates 140 raw cards or 27 top loaders. So JP sent me that, and I use that. It's really clean. It looks like it's part of the scanner. And then he created that hopper as well. I'm not quite as sold on the hopper, although I haven't used it. But maybe when I'm in Dallas at Collecticon, I'll be hanging out with the guys at Collects, and I can see it in person, in action. Let's see. Hall of Fame card collector. Wow, that's a crazy markup. Jenny says, I've had to refresh you a couple times this morning, but you're good. Just freezing a couple times. Refresh if he freezes. Yeah, I don't know why everything says I'm like strong, but apparently, except for YouTube, says I'm unstable. Let's see. YouTube's right. I can buy several Kenny Pickett color numbered prisms for the price of a hobby box, but I planned on it, but knowing the markup, I will definitely do that. Ed says, I'm thinking Topps may be the only source for hobby, so shipping time is less of an issue for hobby anyway. It'll be interesting to see how it all plays out. Will they completely eliminate the distributors? We know they've eliminated who was it? GTS is who they eliminated. So will they eliminate like the blowouts and all that? Will they go? Here's my opinion on what is going to happen. The distributors, the middlemen with the big markups, they will all be squeezed out. But hobby shops Fanatics will be working directly with hobby shops. And I think they're going to, I think what's good about what's going on with the relationship with just kind of in what I've heard through people I know that deal with hobby shops and that are card shop owners, it seems like Fanatics is being more open to the old way of doing things. It was like territorial, and it's like you could only have a brick and mortar direct account with Topps if you were in like a 35 or 40 mile radius. So if there was a card shop in, say Madison, if you were in Stoughton, Janesville. Janesville might have been further out, but you couldn't have a direct account because the territory was taken. And I don't like that. Where it seems like Fanatics is opening it up, but I think they're also going to keep close eyes to make sure they align themselves with reputable hobby shops and not like, curmudgeons that, run messy shops and aren't good hobby shops. So that's my opinion, is that it's going to be Fanatics is going to have a great relationship with hobby shops. That's my thought on how it's all going to go down. It might not be good for some hobby shops, but I think it's going to be great for other hobby shops. I think it's going to be great for most card shops. Let's see. Flipping Sports Guy says, old school Big East matchup. Been a while since UConn Miami have went at it in an important game. Let's see. Red Light upgraded the store to 1,000. Very cool. John says, what's John say? Where's John at? John says, Miami is not old Big East. I grew up in the era where the Big East didn't have Miami. Yeah, what's the old Big East is like what? Villanova, St. John's. Like I'm thinking like 80s Big East, like 1984 Big East. 1984 Big East basketball. Villanova, Boston College, St. John's, Georgetown, Syracuse, Providence, Pitt. That's the Big East. Seton Hall. Yes. That's the old school Big East right there. Chris Mullen and Bat Ewing. Old school Big East. Miami FAU will have viewing audience of 150 miles west coast of Florida. Doesn't even care about either team. Yeah, Miami. Miami and Florida Atlantic. Yeah. You get Dade County. That's it. John says Ewing, Mullen, Pearl, Washington, Walter Berry. That was the real Big East. So I assume Vegas was the big winner again in all this madness, most likely. No Ed Pinkney, Michael Adams, Otis Thorpe, and other teams in the 80s. Let's see. Villanova wins with a perfect game in the last college game. Sans a shot clock. Terry says that Big Hopper would be more useful for me if Card Dealer Pro would let you split a larger batch into smaller ones. I'm trying to think of. So I think I know what you're saying. Here's what here would be my workaround, Terry. And this is what I haven't put this into practice. Well, I have a few times because I like keeping my quote batches to my custom label SKUs. So say I scan 100 cards and I like, and I name my batch like this is going to be 13A. So this is box 13 tab A, my 100 cards. But I've thought once I get into a rhythm of scanning and I've thought, what if I just freaking scan 1,000 cards and I just break them up? And this is just, I can name it whatever the hell I want. Scan one. And it's 1,000 cards. I export that spreadsheet, but then every 100 cards, 13A. Next 100 cards is 13B. Next 100 cards is 13C. And I may put that to use. I may, when I should, we have photo day today, but maybe I'll do that. If I have 1,000 cards that I want to list, that's another, it's like finding cards that I can boom quickly, that I know Card Dealer Pro will recognize. And then I can just, like yesterday, I did 300 cards in like no time. It was like 81, 82, 83 Topps football. Boom. There were a few that it missed, but easy fix. So that's one thing I've thought about, just being more efficient. So I'm not scanning and uploading 100 at a time. I'm just scanning 1,000 cards, uploading 1,000 cards, letting Card Dealer Pro do its work on the back end. And then I come in and then just break it down myself within the spreadsheet. Okay, this first 100 is going to be 13A, next 13B, C, D, so on. Let's see. Jenny says, Terry, do you not just copy and paste photos from computer photo file to Card Dealer Pro? Nope, there's no copy and pasting. You just scan it in and boom. Let's see, where are we at? Jenny says that would be a way to split orders the size you want. John and Rich are naming more Big East players. Rich says we did see on Hobby Hotline on Saturday the direct accounts with Fanatics Topps Went from 250 to 500 in the past year. Love it. Let's see. Ed says 80s Big East basketball was epic. Time to get ready for the day. Thank you, Uncle Rich. Let's see. Terry says, I guess that would work. 90s Big East was flipping sports guys era. TD Sports Cards says Texas was the last of the best this year. Ironic. Hall of Fame card collector says, did you see the rumors LeBron might be signing an exclusive with Topps once his Upper Deck deal expires? That's what I think is going to happen. That's what I think the big news will be. We will find out at the Mint Collective, which I believe starts later this week. I think that, Fanatics teased. They have a big announcement to make. I think that's the most logical thing that's going to be. Bronny James has already signed an exclusive with Fanatics. So it only makes sense. I think we just don't know when LeBron James's deal expires. When did LeBron James sign with it? If LeBron James signed with Upper Deck his rookie year, guess what year his rookie year was? 2003. Guess what year this is? 2023. Guess how many years it's been? 20 years. Sounds like a good, big, long-term contract, right? We're going to sign you to a 20-year deal. And it expires. So I think that's the most logical. LeBron is signing with Fanatics. We'll have dual autos, LeBron James and LeBron James Jr. Let's see. Rich says UConn is an old school Big East team and still in the Big East. Let's see. Rich says, so we do that link to the Big East of those glory days. Flipping Sports Guy says, I scan all of my cards to my computer, then just add first 100 when I do my CDP batch, then next 100 to another batch. So that's kind of what I was thinking about doing. I don't currently do that. I do 100 at a time, but I think it would be more efficient to do, all scanning and uploading at one time. John says, when little Catholic schools ruled the basketball world, 3/4 of the 85 Final Four was small Catholic schools from the Big East. Brian, what's up? Do you use Card Dealer Pro to find cards, or can you put location in eBay? So I use, it's not real. I don't use I do and I don't. It's a custom label SKU. So you don't have to have Card Dealer Pro to use that system. So it's part of the spreadsheet that when I list, I use that custom label SKU box 13 tab A. And then it uploads to the custom label SKU tab into eBay. But you can use that label whether or not you're using Card Dealer Pro. It's called custom label SKU. Terry says, I currently scan one tab at a time, and the photos go into a folder with the tab name. Make yourself a blank spreadsheet and cut and paste specific items from a bulk spreadsheet. A blank CDP generated spreadsheet template, that is. Hall of Fame card collector says, how do you keep track of accounting? Do you just do general numbers or itemize each one? Kind of a loaded question. My inventory is, I don't assign cost to single cards. It's if I buy, like in Janesville, I spent $300 on the 6 boxes I bought. It's, I don't assign a penny per card to each of those cards. It's just a general, I spent $300 on this card. And that's what my accountant told me to do. So that's what I just ask him how to do things. And that's how I do it. So that's how I account for everything, for inventory. John says, I have a debate going with my relatives. Is LeBron currently a top 25 NBA player? Currently, I don't watch NBA. And John says, don't be so quick to answer. I don't know. I don't even know. I can't be quick to answer because I don't even know how many games he's played. Let's just look at his stats. LeBron James stats. Because I know he sits out a lot. Let's see. 2020. So he's played in 48 games this year, which 35.9, 36 minutes a game, 29.3 points per game, 8.4 rebounds, 7 assists. I'd say he's top 25. Just looking at his stats. Yeah, for sure. Let's see. Let's just see. Top 25 NBA players. 2023. Let's see. I get maybe fantasy basketball, top fantasy basketball players. That's kind of stretching it, but there's got to be like a rankings. ESPN, or is it going to be behind a paywall? Probably. Oh, nope. So this is from March. So this is a few weeks old. 2022-23 NBA season. Updated 200 players for leagues that use ESPN standard head-to-head point standings. So let's find LeBron James. So LeBron James does not appear to be in the top 25 in this category, in these categories. He's 151st. But he's got good stats. I don't know. Let's see. Where are we at? Jenny talking about skews. Flipping Sports Guy scans 3 or 4 boxes all in one shot. MD says, currently, well, how deep do you want to go? He isn't playing, so no, but when healthy, he's still debatable top 5-10. Currently, meaning this year. Paul Carl Cards in the house. What's up? Steve says, how to package ship thicker cards like the 2023 Top Series 1 manufactured relic cards in a thick top loader in a bubble mailer. That's the best way to do it. Let's see. John says, I disagree that he's top 10. I think the Sixers currently have 3 players more impactful than LeBron. I would say more impactful is different than top, impactful is different than like best, because you can be the best player on the worst team. Let's see. MD says, yes, he's still top 5-10 player in the league. I don't think it's debatable even that he isn't top 10. John says his team is a 500 team with him, and they were loaded with talent. Need NBA war. There is a stat. What's the player value ranking for basketball? It's similar to war. Basketball value, player value. Back when I was doing what the hell was that called? SPV. Because I would use this metric in the college game when I was broadcasting. Statistical player value is calculated for each game. It is the sum of several different elements from a player's stat line for the game. How each stat is converted to point differs, and each is explained below. The stat elements include the SPV value are minutes, points, rebounds, assists, steals, blocks, and turnovers. Each of those stats, except minutes, is converted to points using a rational conversion factor, and then all of them are added up to create the SPV for that game. Now, I wonder if like Basketball Reference, let's just go to Basketball Reference. Let's see if they have a player value formula on their website. Let's just go to LeBron James. I don't use Basketball Reference as much as Baseball Reference. But, I mean, his stat line this year, 29.3 points, 8.4 rebounds, 6.9 assists. Those are good numbers for being an old man at 38. Is there player value per 36, per 100, advanced? Oh, here we go. I don't know what these numbers mean, though. There's got to be like a player adjusted shooting, play-by-play. Shooting, game highs, playoff series, similarity scores. Let's see. There's got to be some statistic that like creates a ranking on value. Let's see. To be top 25, don't you need to be on the court? I just think the playing out of the string and not a difference maker. Fantasy points not accumulating due to injury. Harden has never been better, more impactful than LeBron. Stop. Let's see. MD Sports Card says PER player efficiency ranking. It's garbage like war, but LeBron is 11 on that list for this year. There you go. Okay. Let's see. John says good stats. Team is mediocre when he plays. Anthony Davis, Westbrook gone now. LeBron padding stats on a mediocre team. But that's different than like, is he still a good player? Yes. Is he impactful? Maybe not. MD says Giannis, Luka, Jokic, Embiid, I think are all better after that. I think it's LeBron. Ken says these new advanced stats are as useless in basketball as baseball. So, LeBron, I think easy this year. I mean, how many games have been played in the NBA this year? See, I have no idea. 48. I mean, that's more than half of a season already. And there's what, a month left of the season? Let's see. So he's played in what, 48 games? And the Lakers are 37 and 38. What's the math on that? Yeah, I'm using a calculator. 75. Oh, so there's only 7 games remaining. So say he ends up only playing 48 of the 82 games. So that's roughly 60% of the season. Let's see. It's okay if you hate LeBron, just admit it. It's okay. Paul says I measure it in dollars. LeBron brought in $300 million for Nike in 2022, and Jordan brought in $5 billion. Let's see. That means nothing. LeBron James. I'm gonna do something here because I want to go back to LeBron James and Fanatics before I leave for the day. LeBron James Upper Deck. I go to 2003. See if anything comes up. Let's see. Okay, so here's an article from 2003. LeBron James chooses Nike in Mega Million deal. So that's about Nike. Where does it say Upper Deck? Let's see. Terms of the deal with Upper Deck were not immediately available, but company spokesman Jake Gonzalez said LeBron James's contract is on a level with previous agreements signed by Jordan, Tiger Woods, and soccer star David Beckham. Boone said the trading card deal included a $1 million signing bonus. So this was in May of 2003. Let's see, May. Yeah, it's all the same article. Damn. Damn. I bet it was a 20-year. I bet it was a 20-year contract, and it's coming up this year. And that's going to be the big news. Okay, so that's what I had for today. So hit the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel. Back at it tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Central. Programming note this week, I will not be live Saturday or Sunday mornings. But I do plan on maybe doing a live Q&A with Mom as I'm going home to Anawan this weekend. So we'll try to go live. We'll see how things go Friday night. Maybe Saturday night we'll go live with Mom. So that's what I had for today. Like, subscribe, all that stuff. Have a great Monday, and we'll talk tomorrow.